Hello, guys. Welcome to our show, Sporting and Out. And on today's episode, we're talking about the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Europa Conference League. First of all, you can see we're happy, all smiles, because Manchester United actually did the best.
They left it late.
Like second half, a trailing second half. It was yesterday. So what do you think about this week from the Champions League to the Europa Conference League?
Yes, I'll be starting from the Champions League. We saw teams that I wanted to leave the tournament, the likes of Barcelona losing to Inter in extra time. That game was really thrilling. Coming from last week's 3-3 draw, coming into this tie again, getting another 3-3 draw, and getting into extra time rather, 6-6 on aggregate, and Inter now getting a goal from Fratesi, I think, who got the late winner, and I was so happy because, like we always say, the Barcelona fans don't know how to talk. They always talk anyhow.
We saw someone actually call them a miracle club. After the 3-3, it was 3-2. He said that they are a miracle club. He didn't know there were two more goals coming in that game.
I was so happy, and also Arsenal were defeated home and away by PSG. We saw Dembele score in the first leg, but we didn't see him score in second leg because he came in as a sub. We saw Hakimi score. Hakimi score as well this particular game.
He was actually the man of the match.
Yes,
in that game as well.
So that was beautiful football. Then moving to the Europa, we can't say it enough. Manchester United.
Glory, Manchester United.
They made me so happy last night. First of all, first half, when Bilbao scored, I was like, wow, how will we do this? I hope we're not going to lose a 3-0 lead. And fortunately, we had a very good 30 minutes at the end of the game, and Mount scored.
In a very good football, we still had the downs of Manchester United, where we saw a player like Garnacho miss that
golden opportunity.
Like just loop it into the net. You looped it outside the net. He has had like people have given him the name side netter. Like, is that a good name to be given?
No confidence.
If it was Mason Mount that actually got that ball or played it in, or Ahmad, it would definitely get into the
I was
post.
talking to a friend and I was like, Manchester United's that Garnacho's mistake. Didn't you see where Mason Mount played his second goal from, and he still got to the back of the net. Not to talk of how close Garnacho was to the post to make it 1-1 for Manchester United.
I think Garnacho is not confident anymore at goals. I think he's kind of confident. He's kind of overconfident in that the team cannot sell him, or the team needs him much because of his academy player. You should go and ask Rashford though. Rashford was booted out.
Even way better than him.
It was better than him, and Rashford was actually booted out this season. I think if Ruben Amorim wants to actually thrive in Manchester United, he should take those big decisions. Taking some players that you think that you need, take them out and get new players, good players that want to actually play for the badge. We're seeing news on Bueno. We're seeing news on that Wolves player Cunha actually coming into Manchester. I think he should make those tough decisions, get players out and get players in as well.
I think we should actually break down each game one after the other. So we'll be starting with the Champions League. What do you really think? What were your match reactions? Let me give you the scoreline of the Champions League. Then we move from game to game. We had a game between we had a game between Inter Milan versus Barcelona. Like I said earlier, 3-3 in the first leg.
Yes.
Coming into the second leg, Inter Milan won that on extra time. That game ended 4-3 and 7-6 on aggregate. And
Yes.
Arsenal were defeated 1-0 in the first leg of their tie between PSG and Arsenal. And Arsenal came to Paris and got beaten once again. That game ended 2-1 in favor of PSG and 3-1 on aggregate. So we'll be starting from the Inter Milan game. What do you think about the Inter Milan game?
Yeah, for me, the Inter Milan game, I was just happy that Barcelona Inter actually played the first leg on Wednesday. It was giving them the chance to actually play on Tuesday, to play the first, be the first team to actually play the
book a spot
semi-finals.
to the finals.
So Barcelona lost that game because of the toxicity of the fans, because the fans are the ones that actually killed that game. Because a lot of people, it was Barcelona against the world. A lot of fans didn't want Barcelona to actually win it, because they had a lot of mouths. They actually they actually insulted a lot of people. Yeah, and also I like the way the keeper actually blocked a lot of chances of Lamine Yamal. And yes, we saw them doing a comeback from 2-0 to 3-2, and there's something called parking box. I don't know why Barcelona didn't actually take that advantage.
When you are
leading 3-2, park box. Don't let them move. Don't let them get into your own net. Try to defend. Barcelona used to do it before. We'll see when Koundé and the likes, they would hold the box.
Yeah, they were not available.
But in this game, there was no. I think there was no, like, we didn't see all that.
Yes, and Barca, they love to blame players. Like now, I've been hearing Arojo this, Arojo that.
Yeah.
Arojo is the
fans.
problem.
Yeah.
He did not do this, he did not do that. But Arojo was not even in the second half when they got stunned in the third.
Yeah.
They got stunned when it was 90 plus.
I saw a fan post something that Arojo was being asked. He was like, he wasn't even in the game when the third goal came in. And I saw the fan and say, see, he was like, see what this one is saying. I'm like, bro, he wasn't there. He's telling you the truth. It wasn't the cost of your loss. When he was there, yes, we'll say, okay, maybe he considered a penalty, but they maybe consider a penalty or one or two misses, but he wasn't there when the late winner got into the net or the equalizer.
We also saw Lautaro Martinez score in that game as well.
Yes.
So he wasn't the one that played the penalty. I think.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't
he
the one.
scored.
Yes.
He scored
the first goal. What do you think about Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or with this performance?
Yes, he's the favorite now, of course, because he has won 2 trophies this season.
Yes.
And is about to win his third, or even his fourth, because they are in the finals of their domestic league, and also the finals of the Champions League. So I don't think there's any other person in contention, and he has the fact that he's from Europe on his side.
Yes.
So
being from France,
being a player from France. Yes, he's from Europe, regardless of his skin color. He's from Europe. He's from France, and we can actually say that he is the only one. Is well deserved.
Yeah.
There's no sentiment, or not that maybe we're fighting against anybody. He has won it to me, and I actually just believe that he's just shutting up his haters from Barcelona, and now he's in the finals. Guess what? So we're moving to the game between PSG versus Arsenal. We'll be focusing mainly on the second leg What do you think?
First of all, I would just like Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Arsenal were defeated home and away. Same team that defeated
Defeated Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid home and away were beaten, battered, and destroyed in both in their home and away from home. But there's one player we need to actually give credit, and that is Bukayo Saka. He had a goal, and he almost had a late equalizer at the end. If he scored that goal, it would have actually given them a momentum to actually move more, play more, and
To
actually
get the
get
third goal.
one more goal to put it take it to extra time. But yes, Bukayo Saka is one player that has played fantastic football this season. Bukayo Saka has been great, scoring that goal from injury. He was injured almost throughout the season, coming back, getting goals for his team
Yes, getting a goal
uh,
versus Real Madrid
versus
and
Real Madrid,
getting a
getting a
goal
goal
versus
versus
PSG.
PSG as well. And I think PSG were just the better side. PSG they have the players, they have the tactics, they have a formation whereby they okay, it's Inter that has that formation whereby they play five at the back, and that's to show you that we are not coming close. So at the PSG as well, they have the tactics and the formation
Yeah,
as well.
I think we'll be moving to
I think we should just move to the Europa
Europa League.
League.
But before then, I would like to just mention that PSG this season is not the PSG of last season.
Yeah.
I think the way they doing away with Kylian Mbappe,
Yeah.
they got chance to use a lot of players in different ways that they couldn't use them before.
And I think Luis Enrique, their coach, is actually doing a lot in preparing that team to success. So we'll be moving to the Europa League, and Manchester United took on Athletic Club, and Athletic Club were defeated 4 goals to 1 at Old Trafford, giving the aggregate as 7 goals to 1. And Tottenham took on Bodo Glimt. That game ended 2-0 in favor of Tottenham, and the aggregate 5 goals to 1. What do you think? First of all, we'll be talking about the Tottenham game before we move
To the
on to
Manchester
Manchester United. What do you think about the Tottenham game?
I will actually say that Tottenham they really tried.
Yes.
Because we all know how Bodo are not at home. Bodo at home, for them to even get 2 goals to 0 against Bodo at home, it's not easy to defeat Bodo at home. This whole Europa League, and I must say that Tottenham really did their best. Now it's going to be an all English final.
Finals, yeah.
I think they worked towards it, and unlike Manchester United, we had the more serious teams play against us, and they've been having like some easy
routes,
going,
yeah.
easy going.
Yeah,
games.
for me that game was meant to happen. It was meant to happen like that. It's Bodo Glimt against
A Premier League
against
side.
the Premier League side, Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, though Tottenham are not playing very well, but if Tottenham Hotspurs meet a team like that, I think Tottenham are not good in the league. But outside the league, you can't tell me they'll meet. It's just like them meeting Coventry and saying that they will lose against Coventry. So Bodo Glimt, yes, they tried in the group stage, even reaching the semi-finals. They tried, they maneuvered their way into getting there. And yes, we won't say they did. They beat top clubs as well to get to that position. But I think Tottenham were the
They
stronger side.
defeated Lazio.
Yeah,
Bodo
yes.
defeated Lazio.
I think Tottenham were
So we're
the
always going to
strongest.
be the stronger side.
Yes. So then we're moving to the game of the week: Manchester United versus Athletic Club. What do you think about that? Because before that game, we saw a lot of people actually um, talking down on Manchester United losing
The three goal lead.
3 goal lead. What do you think about that?
Yes, for me, I was not afraid per se. But when, we've already talked about it at the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
when Manchester United considered that first goal,
Yeah.
I won't lie, I shook, if I may say, because I was like, will they now keep scoring? But I don't know what Ruben Amorim talked to his players about, and
I
I
think the
believe,
substitutions actually made.
yeah, I believe you have to know in this life, time.
Yes.
You have to know how to time your things. Like now, he brought in his substitution at the right time. He brought them in at 70 minutes, I think 70, 72 minutes, and immediately we saw the impact. We saw a goal coming from Mason Mount from nowhere, and
Um,
we saw Casemiro also scoring in the. We saw Mason Mount scoring in the
Yes.
72nd minute,
Yes.
and since from that goal that Mason Mount scored,
Changed that game.
changed the whole game.
Yeah, for me, when the first goal came in, the goal that was scored by Athletic Club, I didn't really follow. I was stunned because I was actually pressing my phone. Then I looked onto the screen. The next thing, voila, a goal was in. I was even confused because I saw players running around. I was like, what happened? Then I was like, I just saw the replay. It was a goal. But one thing Manchester United took in that game was the fact that I love that Manchester United took in that game was the fact that um, you shouldn't lose hope. Garnacho lost hope when they scored us. You had a chance to increase to get the
An
equalizer.
equalizer, yes.
You threw the ball out. You kicked it out instead of getting it. And immediately after that, you notice that immediately after Garnacho lost that ball, his whole mood and mentality derailed.
Deflated, yes.
So we saw a Manchester United playing without Garnacho, but Garnacho was just like a ghost in that game. And we saw Rasmus Højlund actually just
Score a
running
tap.
around,
Score a tapping goal.
scoring a tapping
That
goal.
was Ahmad's goal, to be honest.
Yeah. So when Mason Mount actually, Lenny actually passed that ball to Mason Mount, nobody would have seen that goal come. He turned and put the ball into the net. That's to show how the top class player Mason Mount can be.
Another top class player in Manchester United, Casemiro.
Yes.
Casemiro, world class.
World
Coming
class.
from Real Madrid to Manchester United.
Having is it 4 or 5 Champions League
yes,
for Real Madrid,
4 Champions League
for Real Madrid, and one coming to almost is on the verge of winning his first Europa title. And Casemiro, very like, is always at the right place at the right time. Casemiro and Maguire have actually done well for Manchester United in this Europa League. Last week we saw Maguire actually score. Last game we saw Maguire score a goal. This game we're seeing Casemiro score a goal. Bruno Fernandes,
very important
player. That cross, without that cross, Casemiro won't see that goal to score, and that was what made us have a 2-1 lead, which gave us that confidence of scoring more goals. And one other player Manchester United missed when he was on injuries, Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo is one player that actually we need him. Is a player that is always needed in the game. And Amad Diallo actually converted that ball, getting it to where Rasmus Højlund actually got that tapping, and it gave Manchester United a 3-1 lead. And Mason Mount did what the goal of I'll say that is the goal of the season, looping the ball from that direction, the keeper passing the ball to him, looping it into the net, something Garnacho would never do
very special
in his life. Very special moment, scoring a brace, scoring 3 goals in
those
just
within a
within
week
a week. And yes, I think it's a very good time to be a Manchester United fan
for the Europa,
for the
no,
Europa.
not for the Premier League,
Unbeaten.
not for the Premier League.
Note, Manchester United is the only
Unbeaten
team
in
in the
Europe
Europe,
this
be it
season,
Champions League, be it Europa,
be
and
it
be it
conference.
Conference League. Manchester United unbeaten.
So we will not be discussing about the conference. I'll just be giving you the scoreline. And you'll be giving us who are playing the finals. Then we'll discuss on how we think the finals is going to go.
Yes.
Chelsea playing in the Conference League defeated Jurgen. That game ended 1-0 and 5-1. 5-1 on aggregate in favor of Chelsea.
Yes.
And Real Betis game went into extra time. Then Real Betis won. That game ended
equalizer.
all square.
Yeah.
2-2. But because of last week's 2-1 advantage that Betis had, they progressed on aggregates. That game ended 4-3 in favor of Betis.
Yeah, before I go into the next game fixtures, I would like to just say something
Anthony.
about Anthony, and also I will talk about Chelsea's game. Chelsea, I saw a fan actually saying some things about that game. I was just shaking my head that you could not even get 4 goals against a team like that. Um, Chelsea, I'm just waiting for that finals against Real Betis. And also, I would like to talk about Anthony. Anthony's performance has been prolific
since he left
Manchester United to Real Betis, and I think he's trying to. He had a goal and assist last night.
Yes.
We are seeing Anthony actually play fantastic football,
and he has a chance of winning both the Conference League
and the Europa League
this season.
I think he would want to play in his best or in the finals. That will be taking place on the 28th of May.
Yes, for the Conference League,
and the 21st of May is for the Europa League, and while the 31st of May is Champions League finals. PSG will be taking on Inter Milan for the Champions League finals. The Europa League finals, Tottenham Hotspur will be taking on Manchester United
at the Bilbao Stadium.
At the Bilbao Stadium, where Manchester United actually played their last game. And Real Betis will be taking on Chelsea in the Europa Conference League final. What are your expectations? Quickly.
Yes, quickly I'll be moving fast. For my expectations for the Champions League finals, I see Inter Milan taking that win because I see them as a team that have really put in their best, most especially playing a final before the final. That's playing against Barcelona and defeating them in extra time, 4-3, and winning on aggregate. And I was just I won't write off PSG because Luis Enrique is actually a coach that I believe is hungry for trophies. He wants to break the record of getting a treble for them.
Let me just add something. The Champions League final is a game of two best keepers, Donnarumma and Soma. We saw the prolific plays these two keepers, the impacts these two keepers made in their games. And there were, I think the first leg of PSG, the Vitinha actually went to give the man of the match, the player of the match award to Donnarumma because he was the one that actually saved them in that first leg. And Soma as well had 2 man of the match performance.
He got the man of the match for the second leg, but first leg he was also very
a key player.
Yes,
in that. So
I'll be moving on to the game, the English final, the All English final. That is the London club Tottenham versus Manchester United.
Yes.
So I'm a Manchester United fan. I can never give Tottenham the win. So I'm ready to see Manchester United win, but I'm open for anything because of Manchester United's season has not really been great, and we know that stats don't lie. We've played Tottenham three times this season, and they've defeated us at all three times. But this is away from home. Everybody has a level playing ground and a chance to
and
win.
this is actually the battle to get to Europe for both teams.
Yes.
And I feel Manchester United are deserving to win it because we're unbeaten. We have been unbeaten throughout the
campaign.
beginning of the Europa League, and I think I feel Manchester United should put their best foot forward in that game. Actually, starting the best players in that game. I don't want to see substitutions whereby you see academy players. And yesterday we saw Amas, one of our academy players, come into that game because that game had already been won as well. So I will know Ariamas is not a bad player. He's one of the best academy players in Manchester United. I think Manchester United will win that tie.
Yes, and for me, the last game is going to be between Real Betis and Chelsea. Everyone expects Chelsea to win that. Everyone expects Chelsea to win that, but I can say that Real Betis is going to give them a run for their money.
Yes.
And Chelsea should not take that as a walk in the park, like playing all these Maduekes and all these second team players.
Yeah.
They should play their first team players in case they go and get stunned by this team.
I think Chelsea will be stunned in that game because there's something that actually killed Barcelona in their last game. That's overconfidence. I think Chelsea will be overconfident in that game. I think Anthony has the magic to do something special in that game.
Anthony and Isco combination.
Yes. So we saw what Anthony did. We saw the type of goal he scored in the last game and the game before, the previous game. It was the one that gave them the win in their last game, and also it was the one that actually equalized
goal and assist.
A goal and assist as well. So Anthony has played prolific football, and I just want to see the outcome of that game.
Yes.
So come 21st of May, we'll see Manchester United will be taking the Europa Trophy. 28th of May, we hope Real Betis. I hope Real Betis will be taking on the Europa Conference League and the Champions League finals.
Anybody can win.
Anybody can win on the 31st of May 2025. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Don't forget to use our promo code Sporting and Out,
SPORTINANDOUT, Sporting and Out
on OneXBet.
Yes,
thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.